We here. Soda up the truth. Me and BIRDGANG, we back at it again. Big week coming up, big matchup coming up, but we definitely gonna talk about it. But before we, go into the 49ers matchup, let's talk about the Bills game, man. Let's talk about some news around the Eagles, man. Let's go.
Let's talk about the Eagles being 10-1. Woo!
10-1, sitting on top of the NFL.
Sitting on top of the world like Brandy.
Like 10-1, man. Hey, 10-1 is real, man. Like for a team to lose their offensive coordinator, their defensive coordinator, I believe about 8 total players combined. And yes, we have some growing pains in there, but man, just to do all those moving pieces to find us at 10-1 with one of the toughest schedules in the NFL, that is no small feat at all, man.
Yeah, we had a tougher schedule. Everybody keep thinking we're going to lose this game, that game. You're hearing teams cry about this and that, refs and all this other stuff, but none of that stuff matters because the Eagles are the best team in football right now, and we're not just like a game ahead of everybody. We're like 2 games ahead of everybody right now. We're the first team to clinch the playoffs, baby.
Well, you know what? Hey, the whole playoffs thing, man. I saw something today, man. How we could officially clinch the playoffs if we win, we clinch, right? But then if we win and then the Rams, look, it's always a scenario. But I thought that we clinched last week, man. 10-1, 11 games in. But I guess we did, man. I guess this is 17 game schedule. So I guess if it was 16 game schedule, we would have clinched. So we would have clinched.
So whoever told us that last week was lying?
Yeah, I guess so. But it is what it is, though, man. Look, we're not missing the playoffs, all right? So we just got to wait a little bit longer to clinch. That's it.
Hey, I want to clinch that number 1 seed, baby. That's what I'm trying to do. I told you guys 15-2. I told you guys before the season started, and we are on pace for 15-2, baby. Let's go.
We win the next 2 games. I believe we will be able to clinch the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because after that, we do got Seattle. So let's just, you know what I mean? And we got the Giants, the Cardinals, and the Giants. So, any given Sunday, but we have the perfect group of guys to stay focused. So to not look ahead to Dallas, one game at a time. So look, I like it, man. I like our chances a lot.
Let's talk about it because everybody thought last week against KC it was the best, one of the best games you ever watched. You know what I'm saying? Like it was epic. But this last Bills game, baby, I'm telling you, on the edge of my seat, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And the Eagles, we pulled it out, baby.
Yeah, hey, look, man, this Bills game had me so freaking stressed out and pissed off at the same time. Like we down by double digits twice, in bad weather again. But I think that this Bills, at least on offense, right? At least on offense, is going to be the best offensive team that we face, like throughout the whole season, because Josh Allen, right? He's probably the best quarterback mobile wise that we face. Big body, You can't take him down very easy. A gunslinger, you know
Get
what I
over
mean? Like he was making us look bad on the ground, man. He was getting third downs after third downs after third downs. So I think that this was on offense wise our hardest competition that we are going to face, just because of Josh Allen, Diggs, Gabe Davis, Knox. The running game is starting to pick up a little bit. So in our secondary, I mean, we're still working through some things, but offense wise, this was the biggest test that Philadelphia Eagles is going to face, because Brock Purdy is not going to be running all, all around the field, extending plays like that. With Dak Prescott, he might, but we already played him. We beat him. Mahomes, he don't have enough weapons around him, at least on offense. But that's why I'm saying that the Bills' offense was probably the best one we're going to face. And they just, switched out their, OC and everything like that. So the unknown factor was there too. So this was a big test for Philadelphia Eagles, man. And we survived. We survived.
So what was the plays in that game that really you think stood out? What was the game breaking play that you think really stood out? I would say it was probably the Bradbury pick. When he picked that ball, that's when you kind of had that feeling like, oh, it might go our way this time.
Man, I don't know, man. I really think it was that Jalen Hurts touchdown to OZ, man. Third and 15, gotta have it. You know what I mean? Like, he's rolling out to the left, he's pointing, he's directing, he threw the bomb. Hyde is a good. He's a good safety now. He saw the ball. He saw the ball coming, but he was so busy trying to find where the receiver was at, and the ball was just right there perfectly. You know what I mean? So that to me was the play, but I think that was after the interception, right? Or no? Was it?
I think it was right after the interception, yeah. Because even that ball, I didn't even think he should have threw it. I was like, what's going on? Like, you see those defenders, you're like, what's going on? And the fact that Ozzy caught that ball, I was like, what? That was like the Alabama-Auburn game this last weekend. That was like the last play of the game, Alabama-Auburn.
Yeah. What, Jalen Monroe, right?
Yeah,
Jalen Monroe was like, he was fine. He was like, go, go, go. He threw the ball. Like, it was a beautiful throw, a beautiful catch. I mean, that's what it reminded me of, man. Like, you notice Jalen Monroe, Jalen Hurts, Jalen Carter, they got some dogs in them, man. Them Jalen's got some dogs in them, man. Like, never give up on plays. Like, they are built different. Them Jalen's are built different, man.
Yeah, man. Jordan Davis, dude. Shout out to Jordan Davis. You know what I'm saying? The run stopper of the year. One of the best DTs in the league right now, for sure. Like, this guy chased down Josh Allen.
He was like,
but he chased him down for sure.
And he was
like, no, that boy tired. He just went, he gave 100% on
when he laid on the stomach, and when he laid on the ground and rolled over, his stomach was. I'm like, look at that stuffed turkey over there. Get up, stuffed turkey, get up. But man, shout out to him, man.
Yeah, man, there was a lot of good plays, man. Another game where we didn't see AJ Brown do too much. He had that touchdown. The yards weren't there like it was before, but Smitty came up and showed out. It seemed like we always say, whenever AJ's not doing it big, Smitty's doing it big, man. Smitty definitely came and showed up and played some good football for us this last week.
Yeah, because right now, I mean, every team game plan is to stop AJ Brown. So, and that's fine, because we got another number one wide receiver on our team. So that's the thing about having two number one wide receivers. Just pick your poison. And I'm kind of glad that it's starting to go that way too, because Smitty has been putting in the work, and now he's being rewarded. AJ Brown, as long as he don't get any feelings, we could go 1-2 punch. You know what I mean? Like, just show everybody some love. But Smitty's coming through, man. That ball was not dry. That ball was wet, and those catches that he was making, them outstretched catches, the touchdown, like in the end zone that he had. But man, that's a good. He's a number one wide receiver, man. We got two number one wide receiver, and this upcoming matchup with the 49ers, we're gonna need the two number one wide receivers. So they're gonna have to pick their poison, but we definitely going to talk about it. What's up, Richie, man? He said, how did Reed Blankenship end up covering Diggs? Just imagine if Allen saw that earlier on the third and long in OT. Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know, but this loss. Look, there's some miscommunication that's going on in a defensive backfield, and that's to be expected, man. Your continuity is everything. We lost our OC, we lost our DC. You know what I mean? Players in and out the lineup until a few weeks ago. We finally is able to get stable a little bit, but man, it's gonna take past this year to get on the same page, man. But I'm just hoping that we could do enough big plays on defense to win it all.
How do you think? How'd you like the play calling on both sides? I think everybody was kind of down on Johnson early, but I feel like we're not getting Swift the ball enough. I feel like we had those couple games where he was running crazy, and it's like we're scared to go back to it. Now I know Jurgensen was out a couple of those games. That's the reason why.
Yeah.
Jurgensen inside the lineup does a big difference. But even then, it's like you gotta give him the ball more. Whenever you give this guy the ball, he's making plays for us. He's making play after play, and it keeps our offense balanced to the point where you don't have to worry about just Smitty and AJ. You got to worry about the whole totality of this offense. So how do you feel about the play calling?
Yeah, I mean, look, the play calling is up in the air for me, man, and that's why we be down by double digits, man. Like it seemed like the first half of the game, we trying. Look, we come into the game with the mindset, hey, this is the play callings, and we gonna do this type of plays, and that's it. And then at halftime, like once we're down, it's like that, that new play, the new game plan that they put in place is not working in the first half. In the second half, and they throw it away and say, you know what? Let's go back to what worked. Run the ball. You know what I mean? Just keep the defense on the field. Keep our defense off the field and just run the ball. Good things happen when we run the ball. Like Swift should have 1,000 yards already. I don't care. We have 11 games in the season. He should be over 1,000. Easy already. 100 yards a game. Like that should be the Brian Johnson mindset. I'm going to give him the ball at least 20 to 25 times a game. Regardless if he's getting 2 yards there, 2 yards there, it doesn't matter. Those yards add up. Mm-hmm. So I think we should definitely run the ball more. And look, he don't care about the criticism that he's getting because of his play calling, right? Part of the coaching, he says, right? But to me, it's just like, come on. All right, guy, it's week 12. Come on. Like, let's see. Let's go back to running the ball like we did the first 5-6 weeks, man, when Swift was like top 3, the number 1 leading rusher at one point. So let's go back to that. The playoff is right around the corner. You know what I mean? We need to start running the ball. Teams that run the ball win Super Bowls.
Yeah. And it's December time. It's time to run that rock. I guess just give me vibes of, 21, first year Gannon, first year Steichen, whereas like throughout the season they did good things, but you can tell they're inexperienced. It wasn't until 22 where they had the experience and they actually looked good out there. And I feel like that's kind of the same thing. Like we restarted in terms of the coaching side of it to the point where it's like now our coaches seem like rookies again because they are, first time coordinators, and they're showing it. Even though we're winning. When they know how to come up with the clutch plays, and that's all that really matters because we get no W's. But we're not seeing exciting, like dominating football like we did last year for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I really think that the difference from 21, the first year of Steichen and Gannon, is we didn't have enough good players, to make up for the deficiencies, the bad play calling. Now we do, and you see Jalen Hurts changing out of bad, out of bad play calling and going into good plays because he's seeing stuff, he's reading the field. So that's the only thing that's saving us right now is we have good players that can make up for bad play calling sometimes.
Yeah, and that is it. That's what saved Gannon. It wasn't Gannon. Like Gannon did have a piece of it, which is why we had all them sacked, but it was the players on the field making the plays that's really why the sack total was so big with the defense last year, and even offense wise, I feel like last year we were a first half football team, and I feel like this year we're a second half football team on offense.
But last year also on defense, we was only allowing 187, passing yards to the air, which was first in the league. And now this year we're like bottom 5 in the league. So, I mean, because now is just, I just don't know. I'm hoping that Byard, he could pick it up a little bit more. And, I'm hoping that Roby, hey, he's going to be back for his 3rd game. So we see these guys a continuity the more they play, to make. And we got 5 weeks audition. Like, these guys have 5 weeks to all be healthy, play together before we go into the playoffs. I say 5 weeks because I think the last game of the season they're going to be sitting down anyway. But they get the first round bye, whatever. But we got 5 weeks to really see what this defense can do if everybody is healthy. The same thing with the offense. We got 5 weeks audition. Hey, let's put these. This is a game plan we want to go into the playoffs with. Let's see, and then tweak it once you get in. Run the ball. You know what I mean? Hey, activate Penny. God damn it. Where is Rashad?
Everybody thought Penny was going to have a big role this year. He has not been on the football field very much at all.
At all. I'd be shocked if he has 10 carries this whole season to his name right now.
Yeah.
I'll be shocked. Like, come on, man. We had Swift, Penny, two-headed monster, and you sprinkle Gainwell in there. Like, that was the vision I had. But
Boston carries now.
Yeah, even Boston Scott getting carries. I'm like, what are they not seeing in Penny at practice that they're afraid,
man.
Is what?
Loyalty. It's loyalty to Gainwell and it's loyalty to Boston Scott. The Eagles are really bad at that. They do that, though. They give the loyalty to the players that are there first before they ask. And, I can't say, like, when Boston Scott was getting those carries, he was getting nice run. He'd make some nice runs. When Gainwell gets in there, he does a pretty decent job this year. So it's not like these guys are trash, and we actually need to run the ball more with Swift to the point where we're back in that Miles Sanders area where the running backs just ain't getting the ball enough, and definitely not our lead back.
So do you think that maybe, just maybe, they're saying, hey, you know what, we need Penny for the playoffs? Like, we need him for 4, like 3 good games, I mean, like, do you think that's what it is? I mean, are you going to start at all?
I think personally, he was just an insurance plan. Cause both of them were players that got hurt a lot.
Yeah.
Swift and Penny. So it was like, okay, we're gonna start Swift, but if Swift gets hurt, we have Penny on the roster. And since Swift ain't got hurt, because he don't get enough carries to get hurt, I feel like, and we don't want him hurt, obviously.
Even when Boston Scott was inactive, like 2 games ago, man, Boston Scott did not play. Huh?
Penny was inactive that game too, wasn't he?
He was active that game, but they barely. We saw him like 3 carries.
Yeah.
So, man, I don't know, man. But Josiah Scott got released today. What does that mean? What do you think that means? BIRDGANG. Man, who could be on the way? I mean, does Howie have an ace under his sleeve?
Well, one is, I think we got Goddard's trying to push to come back. And I think they're going to go get Leonard, man. If they were smart, they go get Leonard.
Goddard wasn't never on IR.
He wasn't. Oh, no, he was on IR. But he
was not. No, they didn't put him on IR. So he was always on the active roster. So that can't be why. Maybe, just maybe, Howie is thinking about Shaq.
I hope so. Because what?
The linebacker. What happened?
Cunningham just went down.
Yeah, with the hamstring injury.
And then you got to look at Fletcher Cox just got hurt.
Yeah, but I think he's coming back. But no, a roster spot, meaning that those guys are still on the team. But we got an empty spot for a reason. I don't know why. I'm hoping is, Shaq Leonard, but who knows?
If not, you know what they need to bring back? Dominican Sue.
We need linebacker help, bro. Who? Ellis
Or
is not
defensive
here.
lineman. You see what Limbaugh did for Buffalo? He was playing some good football for Buffalo yesterday.
We need a linebacker. Why are you talking about every other position besides what?
Ellis played good.
Nah, man. I'm not putting my playoff hopes on Ellis. He had one good play when he came in there, boom, and then I ain't see him again.
But you see nothing happened against him either.
Bro, stop playing. Stop playing, man. We need help.
Tom Bradley,
man. Yo, Morrow and Cunningham, man. Yo, they've been there the whole season, man. They've been playing very, very solid play. No Kobe Dean. Where no Kobe Dean at? On IR. You know what I mean? He's sitting on IR again. So we need help at the linebacker position. I mean, that is our weakest position right now is linebacker, especially if Cunningham can't play. Especially against Christian McCaffrey. You need somebody that's going to go tackle sideline to sideline. That's what's going to hurt us. But we're going to talk about the 49ers. But I'm telling you right now, if we don't have those linebackers, sideline to sideline, out, gone.
You don't think Ellis could do it?
No, man. No. If he could, then he would have started.
Well, it's Dean. What? Cunningham's only got a hamstring or something like that.
Well, I don't know what's going on, but we'll see when the report come out. What tomorrow? The injury.
Dean, when is Dean supposed to be back?
Man, he just went on IR last week.
So that's 4 weeks.
Yeah,
so more games. So, but before the playoffs, he'll be back.
Nah, I don't think he's gonna come back because it's a foot injury. So that's probably the same foot that put him on IR the first time. And now he came back for a game and a half, maybe 2 games, and then a foot injury again. Probably the same foot going back on IR. So why risk it? And have him come back again. His foot, man. You might as well shut him down for the season and just hope that Cunningham is good. Okay, Morrow, Ellis could, come play. Hell, put Nolan Smith at linebacker. God damn it!
You know what I mean? About that. They did talk about that. I don't know why.
Well, and if anything, hey, put Nolan Smith at linebacker. Hey, try him out. Something.
Yeah.
Or go to a 3-4. Do something. Do something, but do not go in there, son. Ellis is the answer. Ellis is not the answer.
For now.
Not even now, because we're about to play the 49ers, Dallas, Seattle. All right, those are our next 3 games. What is now?
But out of all those 3 games, out of all those 3 teams, who had the better offense out of all those teams you just named?
Who had the better offense? All 3 teams I just named?
Just played against the Bills.
Well, out of those 3 teams, right now, I think it's between Dallas and Dallas been I gotta see how Dallas play against tougher competition. But right now, man, they're putting up a 40 burgers every week. So I mean, huh?
Against nobody's.
Yeah, but Miami Dolphin is the number 1 offense, right? And then you got the Dolphins, the Lions, the 49ers, the Bills, and Dallas offense.
Ooh, Niners is above the Bills.
Yeah.
One of my best friends, he's a Niners fan. He's like, yeah, we have the number 1 offense and the number 1 defense, man.
So, I mean, look, the 49ers, that's going to be a tough heavyweight match. 12th round, knockout, punch. But weather is on our side. And we used to this.
What about this? Richie said, can Sidney Brown play hybrid safety linebacker?
He can. He can actually.
I feel like he's not that big.
Huh?
I feel like he's not that big to play on linebacker.
Well, the thing is this. I mean, you could make him play the Michael Jenkins role, right? You know what I mean? Come down in the box, help out, right? Help Ellis out. Help the linebackers out in the meantime. But he actually can. I think he did play. He played safety at Illinois, and he played also I think slot corner too a little bit. So he could definitely play inside. I think he's physical enough, but hey, we just need help. So he don't have to be the main guy, but he could definitely help out the linebackers,
You
But
give up on Sean Bradley?
I can't wait until Dallas plays someone real. Hey, this will be playing the Seahawks, man, at 6-5 on Thursday Night Football. So we about to see at Jerry World, though. See, that's the thing, man. The Cowboys are undefeated this year at Jerry World. I mean, and now the NFL think they slick, man.
They do.
Like, they think they slick. The NFL think they slick. Giving all Dallas Cowboys, every opponent we played, right? Like the Jets, the Patriots, who else? The Jets, the Patriots, the common teams that we played so far, Dallas play all of them at home. We played all of them on the road.
Yep.
All like bad weather, you know what I mean? You just like we play all of them on the road, and Dallas play all of them at home. Like you can't really test how good they are. And then when they do play on the road to the 49ers, they got blown out. To the Cardinals, when they play on the road, they got beat. You know what I mean? To the Eagles, they got beat. So, I mean, as long as they don't have home field advantage, hey, they're going to get beat because they can't,
As long as they play a team over 500, they're going to get beat.
I mean, the Seattle Seahawks are 6-5. All right, they're about to play at Jerry World, so we about to see 6-5. But I do like the Seahawks defense, though. I do like Witherspoon. I think Jamal Adams, right? He's back, so I do like their pass rush a little bit. So this might be a little bit tougher defense, but I still think Dallas is going to win. You know what I mean? But you might see Dak throw a pick. So
lose though. Why do you want them to win?
But of course, I don't want them to win, but I mean, that's common sense. But I do think, look, they're going to lose against the Bills. So they already got 3 losses. So that's 5 losses right there. I think they're going to lose against the Bills, man. At Buffalo and then at Miami, at that speed that they have, nah. I think they're going to lose both games.
Buffalo and Miami.
Yep. Back-to-back weeks, too.
Miami, man. But
Miami, Lions.
Miami, another team that can't beat teams over 500.
Hey, look, 2 teams. Well, by that time, they both should have played teams over 500. So, we about to see, right? Because the Cowboys play us. They play the Seahawks. They play the Eagles, the Bills, and Miami, and then the Lions. So they play in the next 5 games are all team over 500. So hey, look, they're about to get tested. We already battle tested. And that's the difference between the gauntlet, right? The gauntlet that they're about to go through, or the gauntlet that we are. We are the gauntlet, right? We are the gauntlet because we've proven to beat 5 teams with winning record over 500. 5 teams so far. So they had 0. So they don't know what the gauntlet feels like. Like they don't know the adversity of, you know what I mean?
But I told everybody from the jump, man, like all these teams that they call our gauntlet were teams we would have beat last year, I feel like. And I don't feel like they're better football teams than us as a whole. Like I don't see why it's that big of a deal because there are teams that usually have winning records is why everybody's usually, all up and enamored about these guys. And like, yeah, they were, the Cowboys made the playoffs last year. Niners made the playoffs last year. Chiefs obviously won the Super Bowl. Buffalo made the playoffs last year, right? Buffalo made the playoffs. I see the whole Seattle
Miami made the playoffs.
Miami, Seattle both made the playoffs as well. So I see that part of it. But they're not like, I don't feel like none of these guys are better football teams than us, man. Like, I knew we were going to win these guys from the jump, man. It's like, we just beat Patty Mahomes, the best quarterback in the league, besides not named Jalen Hurts, And then you just got Josh Allen, who just played a lights-out game. Like, he couldn't have played a better game. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the best, probably one of the best games he's ever played. How many yards he had? Like 450 yards against us. You know what I'm saying? He was torching our ass.
He through the air, on the ground, it doesn't matter, man. He was torching us, man. And that's my problem. Yes, none of these teams are better than us, But guess what? Right now, like we could be beat too. Like the only thing that's saving us is Jalen Hurts. That's the only thing that's saving us right now. You know what I mean? But we can't get behind. We cannot be behind by double digits because of bad play calling. We can't. We cannot. We cannot go into the 49ers
But
game and be down because of bad play calling. If you call the play, look, call the game the second half from last week, and it will be up.
But we've already done it against like the best in the league. So we can't technically say, listen, what was that year? The Giants, right? They did that. Where they were a semi team. They were not blowing out nobody that whole year, but they still won the Super Bowl. I don't give a damn if we blow out nobody. I don't give a damn if we're down at halftime. If we pull out the W like we've been doing, that's all that matters at the end of the day. I feel like people keep saying that it can't be done, but we keep proving like I think they said that we were the first team to go, be down at halftime and won 4 straight games like that, So it's like it can't be done. Like I feel like we can win any game on Jalen Hurts playing. I can't give you his stat line. I can't give you our stat line. I can't say it's gonna be a pretty game. I can't say nothing, but the game's gonna get won if he's in that football game.
Yeah, I mean, I agree because we've seen it this year. Yeah, we've seen it a lot of times this year. But sometimes, look, that game on Sunday, I was frustrated with Jalen Hurts. I live tweet a lot. I'm like, come on, man, Jalen Hurts is playing like ass. Like, he looked like, instead of throwing the ball, right? He's running out of bounds, right? He's looking. I'm like, okay, he's about to throw it away. Oh, no. He ran out of bounds, 3 yards out of bounds. Like, is he afraid of his stats being jacked up or something? Like, I'm like, now that stat go against your offensive line, right, which had nothing to do with it. And what are you doing? Just throw the ball away. You know what I mean? Because as long as you're out the pocket and the ball go past the line of scrimmage, you're good. You're good. Throw it away. I'm sick of tired of him just running out of bounds with the ball. And now you lost 3 yards. And we're struggling to get 5. And now you lost 3. So that was his first half performance was piss poor. Man, I'm gonna keep it like he played like butt the first half. Like Jalen Hurts, like he played like ass the first half. Like,
you think it's just a play calling with Hurts?
Huh?
You think it's just a play calling? Well, obviously we got the weapons.
Well, I don't know. I think that Hurts needs to get warmed up. Like these games that I'm watching, like the first half or so, he looks like, he's a little cold, right? And then halftime he come out hot. So I need him to start off hot. And that comes with play calling, RPOs, run the ball, bootlegs, easy passes like that. And now he will start warming up. And now we won't have to be digging ourselves out of the holes every game.
Do you think we moved too far away from the RPO game?
Yes, we have.
I feel like we should have still been using it a little more than what we do. The last game, I think that's what came at the end of the game last week was what started working for us was running that RPO.
Yes, RPO. Yes, absolutely.
What up, Scoop? But I feel like it was because Jalen's knee was hurting.
Look, that knee looked fine to me, man. Hey, look, that knee looked fine to me right now.
Not hitting that top gear like he did.
Oh, no. He's not 100%. Like, there's no NFL player that's 100% right now. Like, look, it's week 12, right? Mm-hmm. Every NFL player is banged up right now, unless you Rashad Penny. And you fresh. Hey, Rashad Penny's fresh right now. Yo, he's the freshest NFL player I've ever seen. You know what I mean? Rashad Penny is fresh. But yeah, but it is what it is, man. Oh man,
why are they taking it easy on Swift? His ankle, he barely touches the ball. We have Scott in. I said that earlier. I was like, I feel like we're not used. I feel like we got him, and we've seen how good that we used those 2-3 games to see how good he really was, and after we realized it, now we're just trying to save him for the playoffs.
Look, I don't agree with saving him for the playoffs. I agree in, give him, okay, look, fine. Give him 10 touches in the first half and then 15 in the second, right? You know what I mean? The more he touches the ball, we get the lead and he could bleed out the clock. And then you put in Boston Scott, Gainwell in there, but Swift needs to have at least 10, 15 carries, well, about 10 carries in the first half.
I feel like they cut him out in the second and third quarter.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, it's not.
Like if he's having a negative effect on the game, like it seems to me, whenever the man's touching the ball, he's doing big things.
Oh yeah. He falls forward. Period. Even if it's not there, he get positive yards. Like he's not Miles Sanders, right? He's better than Miles Sanders. He's more shiftier. He's more quick. His vision is way better. So every time he gets the ball, he at least getting something. He helped us out a lot. The O-line, hey, that one play that got us all the way down to like on the 10, 15-yard line before Jalen Hurts ran the touchdown in. He started to go right behind the left guard, and then he saw the tackle coming, and then he bounced out. He bounced all the way out like this on wet condition, on wet field.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's very, very good, but it's going to be on Brian Johnson, man. Like, what is your game plan? Like, I don't know.
Let's talk about two people that we got to worry about playing this week. And that's one, Dallas Goedert. He said he's pushing the play. Do you think the Eagles should even play him? That's the first question. Like, do you even think he needs to play? Because that'd be rushing it back. Like, do you want to risk him getting injured now just because he wants to get back to go against the Niners and do his thing against, be on the other side of Kittle's, the big tight end highlight of the game? Or should we hold him off no matter what?
Yeah, I think we should hold him off because originally, if you did put him on IR, it's going to be 4 weeks, right? And then he'll be able to come back week 5. So we beat Dallas. He got hurt at the Dallas game, and then we went on bye, and then we played the Chiefs and the Bills. That's 3 weeks. So this is week 4 right here. Right, This is week 4 right here. So
week 4?
Yeah, this is week 4 because we went on bye, and then we played the Chiefs, and then the Bills. So this is like the week 4.
Dallas. Yeah. Okay,
This Sunday will be 4 weeks since he got hurt, right? So if anything, he needs to come back next week against Dallas. The team that hurt him and put a hurt on them. You know what I mean? So I would feel more comfortable if we hold him out. We have enough tight ends, man. Jack Stahl, he makes a pretty nice catch, and we still got
one catch. You talking about a guy that would get like 10 targets in the game.
Yeah, but the thing is this.
Only got 1.
But is that on him or play calling? It's play calling.
He's not no Goddard. He's not a receiving tight end. He's a blocking.
I understand. And then that one dude, Albert, whatever his name is, right? That long name that we got from the Broncos.
Where's that guy at?
Yeah, where is he at? I mean, we can use him too.
We don't even use him. Where's Katera at? Where's Katera at?
Yeah. He was inactive. He was inactive this past Sunday. So
that's supposed to be. They get so much. They got a little hype. That I'm not seeing nobody up to from the Penny to Calcaterra to freaking Albert O. Like, where are these guys at?
Yeah. So Lane Johnson, man. Hey, he pushing the play. He pushed the play. He said that. So what happened was he said it was some tissue from last year when he got hurt, and some leftover scar tissue, and it kind of flared up a little bit. So it's an old injury, that kind of just flared up a little bit. So he's pushing the play. So to me, I'll say, man, Bosa is on that side, man. Man, I don't want Bosa and Briscoe at all.
And Chase.
I mean, Chase, I think that Amadiata, because he just played Chase like twice already, that he kind of know, okay, boom, this guy again. Okay, but Bosa, man, that defensive front, it is scary. Right, with Hargrave, Armstead, Chase, Bosa, that's a front 4. Did you know that these boys, since Chase Young been there, has gotten 15 sacks in 3 games?
Yeah.
So yeah.
But who they playing?
I mean, shoot, sacks is sacks to me. But but offensive line does that. Look, offensive line matters too. So I think that we do have the best
I
offensive
think
line.
Hargrave's going to have an impact on this game.
Who?
I seen I guess he came in and left. I said, you think Hargrave's going to have an impact on this game?
Well, he's going against
Kelsey,
no,
Dickerson.
yeah, Dickerson. I don't really think so. I mean, he might push the pocket, but God, man, this front, man, this front is going to be tough to run against.
Like, would you say this front's better than when Washington had all their 4 guys?
Yeah, hell yeah, yes.
From Chase, Payne,
yes.
Those guys are all like.
You know why? Because they're lazy. Those guys, Allen and Payne, ain't done shit like in 3 games, in 4 games. Like your Payne just got his 2nd sack this whole season. 2 sacks all season, Payne. So he just got it this past, Sunday. Huh?
Yeah, Montez Sweat, Chase, Allen, and Payne.
Nah, and plus we are, because we play them twice a year, we know their moves. Like we know them. So but this defense up front right here, and now you add Chase, with Bosa, with the revenge thing on their mind, they're coming. They are coming. That RPO is going to have to work to hold Warner back, man. So I mean,
that's what you worry about, Warner.
Greenlaw. Sure. I mean, your Greenlaw. I mean, their front 7 is like, once you get past that front 7, you good with the with the secondary. I don't really trust your secondary, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. I don't really trust the secondary, but that front 7, you get past that front 7, Hargrave on Kelsey, man, I'll take Kelsey against anybody. Man, Kelsey is an Iron Man. He go against anybody. Kelsey got that country, that short man, country strong, like that's hitting axes and and chopping wood. Like he don't look like he's strong and fast, but he is. He's strong and fast.
Not only that, he's played against Hargraves for so many. What was it, 3 years here?
Yeah, Hargrave was here for about 4 years, I think.
3-4 years. So it's not like he doesn't know Hargraves' moves. So I'm not really worried so much about that one. But what about the Bosa Johnson? If Johnson does come back and he's a little nicked up, the Bosa Johnson gave up sacks still. Every time you think he did, there's a report to come out and tell you why it wasn't his sack. I was like, he gave him a sack. Like, actually, technically speaking, it was a push off, where he was supposed to pass it off, and it was not a lane Johnson sack. I was like, damn, niggas undefeated. I can see the way you doing, he might not ever get a sack.
yeah. He might go sackless for 20 years. And just give it to the next guy. And give it to the tight end that's supposed to chip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But see, last year though, remember last year, Johnson had his whole nutsack hanging when he went against the 49ers, right? You know what I mean? Right. And he held Bosa in check last year. So
he did help Bosa in check last year.
He was hurt when he played against the 49ers last year, and he held him in check. So I think he'll be fine, but we might want to chip a little bit. You know what I mean? Just a little chip, little tight end. Look, Jack Stahl, boom. Just, chip him a little bit and go out to the flats.
But we just said we don't want either one of them playing, really.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
Do you think we could beat the Niners if both of them don't play?
If Goddard don't play, yes. But Johnson, this is a thing. If he doesn't play, you have to leave a tight end in. You have to leave a tight end in every play. Or the best way, treat him like Micah Parsons, right? Run towards his side. Like he gets tired now. Bosa, I'll be seeing him take a lot of plays off. Bosa be getting tired. He's not no Max Crosby that never gets tired, right? Max Crosby, you saw his knee? Like he showed on Twitter that his knee was like this big. He had an infection in his blood. Yeah, Max Crosby. He played against the Chiefs on a bad knee. Like he had to go to the hospital real quick. They sent him to the hospital. Did a whole bunch of tests on him. He had an infection in his blood on his left knee. So I mean, that thing was like this big, man. No lie. He was talking about it on Twitter, but yeah, hey, look, treat Bosa like Micah Parsons, just running his way, and then he gonna get frustrated, he gonna get tired, and then you know what I mean, like he gonna feel defeated, you know, like these guys like Bosa and Parsons, that when they don't get no sack or when they like chasing from behind, they start getting mad. They start just not being the same type of player as a Myles Garrett, as a Max Crosby. You know what I mean? Like with that high motor, like they don't have high motors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bosa, yeah, he's doing good this year, but he's not really doing. I'm not really. If Johnson doesn't play, you know what though? I would say this though about Driscoll though. Driscoll, whenever he gets thrown into the game, he always is a suspect, and he didn't play that bad last week. But when he has a week to prepare, knowing he's a starter, he usually plays a lot better.
Yeah,
and I like him better at tackle than I like him at guard. So I don't know. I think
and then with help, you know what I mean. Look, you still could chip though. Like if Nick Sirianni says, "Look, man, you know it's our fault. We should have, you know, got him some help." Whenever you know he was thrown into the game, but yo, I do agree with you. Like he's been playing quite a lot this season, more than you know he's supposed to, because Lane Johnson been out a couple games, and he
come in for Dragons too.
Like, yeah, well, against the Jets, the Jets when Johnson and Cam was out, he was getting his ass whooped. Yeah, he was.
Mm-hmm.
He came in all right.
But you gotta like even last game, like if he didn't play that bad
stats.
last game, and it was a last minute. What they found out that day, he found out that day at what 12 o'clock or something like that he's gonna play.
Yeah, but what are you doing throughout the week? What are you sitting on the sideline like this, watching?
But
You know,
Kelsey said
take all the reps.
A lot more
You've
reps.
been in the system though. He's been in the system for 3 years.
But Kelsey did say he got a lot more reps. But you gotta realize he's a guy to go guard, tackle.
Yeah, that's the thing too.
He tackle, but they make him play guard, tackle to the point where Kelsey said earlier in the season when he had to do it, he was switching back and forth. So that's probably why he didn't look as smooth. But he said he has been getting all backup tackle reps this last week leading up. But even still, come on, dude. If you think Lane Johnson playing, you know what I'm saying? Like you're not.
I mean, if Lane said he's playing, hey, he's playing, man. Because I think if he thought to himself, man, yo, I'm really gonna hurt the team, he wouldn't play. Right? He would not play. You know what I mean? And even if he starts playing and he said, nah, coach, hey, I feel uncomfortable, like he'll tell you, like, you know what I mean? So I trust Lane when he said he's gonna play. After last year, and he played in a Super Bowl with the bag, you know, nutsack hanging out, all that stuff. You know what I mean? So I think if he said that he wants to play, I'm pretty sure he's going to play. But how long he's going to play, I don't know.
Let's break down this before we get out of here. Break down this Niner game, man. Brock Purdy, you know, besides Jalen Hurts, he's probably the second winning this quarterback that's out there right now in terms of games won. You know, I know he's only like at 20 games started, but you know what I'm saying? I think he's like Jalen Hurts has got 2 losses. He has 4 losses, you know, and his games played out of the top 20. And he's like leading in like QBR or something like that.
Yeah, QBR. He leads in QBR.
How do you see this?
QBR to me don't mean shit.
How do you see Brock? Because I know last year, like, oh, you guys beat us. We didn't have a quarterback. Your quarterback started the game. How do you see this year being any different? Do you think that we can get to Brock Purdy and mess him up like we did last year when he was on the roll?
I mean, yeah, I don't trust Brock Purdy, man. I've watched Brock Purdy play. He's a front runner. He's one of the worst quarterbacks when trailing in the game. He's like,
they're 1-31 when trailing at the half.
He's a bad quarterback when he don't have the lead. right? Yeah, I mean, you saw when Deebo and Trent Williams down. Okay, I get it. But man, he had the dare look in the headlight, like, oh my god, like he's so scared to sit back there. Yo, Carter's coming. Davis is coming. All right, so I'm not Purdy 3 interceptions. Yo, I'm not worrying about Purdy staying like in the pocket. He's not. He's gonna have to escape the pocket, and that's why I said Josh Allen was the best quarterback overall with his skill set that we was facing. And you saw what he did to us last week. That's not going to be Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is a time quarterback, a system quarterback. Like somebody said, no, who said it? Yeah, it's a system. Yo, he is boom, boom, boom. If he's not there, he might think about running out. By that time, he's on his back. Josh Sweat, you know what I mean? Reddick, Carter up in the middle, Davis, Milton Williams. He's not going to have time to throw and carve us up like he do other defenses.
I told him too. Remember before he played us last year, he was carving them up, right? But he didn't get that time against us last year. And I don't care if he doesn't get hurt on that throw, but he still would have got sacked all them times. You know what I'm saying? We knocked out 3 quarterbacks that game. You know? It's because that offensive line versus our defensive line. That defensive line can hold up. I mean, that offensive line can hold up against our defensive line. And I know we got a couple of different pieces. The only pieces that we're really missing on defensive line is Hargrave, who's on the Niners. But we got Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, so that should make up for Hargrave right there. We still got
made more for Hargrave.
Credit coming. We still got those same Bulls coming against that same offensive line. So I don't see how they can see.
And now Nolan Smith time, and we got rid of Derek Barnett. So now we start seeing Nolan Smith is playing more. BG, he's still making key timing sacks and turnovers. So I think our defensive front is better than he was last year. Last year, we ran for help. We went to Walmart and got Sue and Linval Joseph last year because we could not stop the run. This year, we fixed it in-house, and we still got the dogs on the outside. Sweat is better this year. Reddick, he's a Reddick. So, and now we got Nolan Smith because Barnett is gone. And that's why they got rid of Barnett, because now people was asking, where's Nolan Smith? Where's Nolan Smith? And he is a dog himself. He almost got sacked on Josh Allen last week if he wasn't getting held and thrown to the ground. So I think our defensive front is better, is our secondary. So now if we could get to him if we could get to Brock Purdy in 2.5 seconds, he's going to throw picks or get sacked or tip balls or bad things is going to happen. He's not going to be able to extend the plays like Josh Allen or a Dak Prescott.
I feel you on that one. That is something good he just said. For the other side of the ball, Eagles know all of Hargrave's weaknesses too. That's facts. That's going to be good. We're going to definitely use that, especially Kelsey. Kelsey knows all his weaknesses, and he's going to use all of them against him. I like it. But back to this line. Only one is Trent Williams. You said, wasn't he out for a couple of games? So he just came back from injury, right?
Yeah, he's back. He's been back the past. Dan Orlovsky, you know him, right? The get up guy that ran out of bounds, the quarterback from Lions. But yeah, so he said that the 49ers have not lost a game when Brock Purdy, Deebo Samuels, Christian McCaffrey, Trent Williams play. They have not lost a game yet. They're undefeated, and they're all playing.
Undefeated, never.
They have not lost a game since Brock Purdy and the quarterback.
They got what, 3 losses this year, right?
They got 3 losses this year. They're 2 behind us.
Okay, so they had 3 losses. That means one of them didn't play in all those games.
2 of them. Deebo didn't play. Well, Deebo got hurt, and Trent Williams got hurt, and they didn't play in, I think, 2 games, and they lost both games. I mean, all 3 games that they lost, according to Dan Orlovsky, that they are unbeatable when all their weapons is there. They are unbeatable. So
we're unbeatable at home. So.
Huh?
I said, we're unbeatable at home. So this year. So let's see what they got. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Okay, so Who gets the edge? Purdy or Hurts? Hurts Purdy has better numbers. Hurts wins more games.
Look, look, I don't care about numbers, man. You know what I mean? Like, okay, numbers are cute, right? Dak Prescott, if you're going by numbers, technically, you can say, boom, he could win the MVP, all these touch, blah, blah, blah. I get it. But numbers are cute. But the impact of, of Hurts had 200 yards, but he threw for 3 touchdowns and rushed for 2.
Yeah.
He threw for 200 yards, but those yards mattered when the game was on the line. The touchdown came with it. So you could throw for 4. Like Josh Allen threw for over 300 yards with 2 touchdowns.
There were 500 yards offense on this.
Yeah, and Josh Allen threw for 2 touchdowns. Right? First threw 200 yards, 3 touchdowns, and ran for 2. So yes, the numbers were cute. Huh?
Allen had 4 touchdowns, didn't he?
No, he had 5. Who? Allen?
Mm-hmm.
Allen had, I think, 2 rushing and 2 passing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
quarterback do that against us.
So I mean, we better not. So we better not.
What about the running game? CMC is leading the league in rushing.
Okay, so I'm going to give the running game to the 49ers. Only because, one, we don't run enough, right? We don't run enough, but C-Mac is a utility tool, right? Yeah, he could do everything. Like, he probably could even throw the ball. He could throw, he could run, he could catch, he could do this. And then it's so hard to get down, man. I used to watch him play in Stanford, right? I think he went to Stanford. Yeah, I think he was to Stanford. If he wasn't, I'm about to say something that probably going, okay, if he was a brother, he probably would have been the first running back drafted, maybe number 1 overall. He was good. Yo, I'm telling you, he is good. Yo, he's very, very good.
Daddy played in the league too.
Yeah, I'm telling you, but he is good. So I'm going to give the edge to him, because I've seen him play a lot. Yo, I've seen him put ridiculous amount of numbers. Like, man, he run physical. He's a bruiser, a shifty bruiser type back. And he could catch like a mug. So I'm going to give him. Yeah, I'm going to give him
the same. And we're saying Swift don't get enough love, enough touches.
Yeah, but Swift though, his problem is he drops balls too. Like he's not a great pass catching running back. And I mean, he could catch the ball. So far we've been lucky that he's really been, catching the ball. But yeah, C-Mac under 100 yards will have more receiving.
Under 100 rushing will have more receiving yards. He's more like the LaDainian Thompson type guy.
Huh?
He's more like the LaDainian Thompson. Where you can get a rushing game out of him, or you can get a passing game out of him, or you get a little bit of both.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I can see that. So I give the running game to them.
Okay, receivers and tight ends. Kittle. Aiyuk has been playing balls out this year, for real, pause. Like, that is one guy that I did not expect to play as good as he's been playing this year. And I don't know, like people, my buddy was like, Deebo's still having a good year. But I haven't really seen too many Deebo Sanders highlights.
He's not.
To worry about Deebo.
He got 1 touchdown. Deebo got 1 touchdown this year, at least receiving. So I don't know if he has rushing touchdowns, but Deebo only got 1 receiving touchdown. Like he only had, I think under 400 yards receiving. So he's not having a good year, and he's been hurt too. So he hasn't been targeted because Aiyuk is taking all the targets now. Like you said, Aiyuk, that's a surprise to me.
Yeah.
But he became, their best wide receiver on that team, because he's a pure wide receiver. Deebo is a do-it-all, right? But with that comes with a whole bunch of hits and you get injured. But Aiyuk is a pure route running wide receiver. And Kittle, man, he's going to be Kittle. He's going to do his thing. But if you try and say who has a better wide receiver core, the Eagles. I'll take AJ Smith and
tight ends.
No, I'm not adding tight end yet because we lost the tight end battle. So it don't make no sense because Goddard ain't playing.
If Goddard plays, how about that?
I mean, well, he's coming.
You want to do that separate? Let's do that separate. Let's just go receivers. So we're going. AJ Brown and Devonte Smith versus Deebo Samuels and Brandon Aiyuk.
That's no brainer. I mean, it's the Philadelphia Eagles.
You got more yards than AJ.
Who?
I think Aiyuk.
Nah, I don't think so. AJ is over 1,000. Like AJ is at 1,066. Man, let me see Aiyuk real quick.
Check that. I think they did. Someone told me that. Yeah, more yards than.
Let me see. Aiyuk has 881 yards. Get out of here.
How many touchdowns?
Aiyuk. Let me see. How many touchdowns he has? He has 5 touchdowns receiving. 5 touchdowns. So he had 800 something yards and 5 touchdowns. AJ Brown has 7 touchdowns and 1,066 receiving.
Oh, so he ain't even in close.
I mean, Devonte Smith might give him money. Let me see what Devonte Smith numbers are, because I think him and Aiyuk might have the same numbers. Let me see. Devonte Smith. Devonte Smith has 738 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Dang.
So 738 and 5 touchdowns. Aiyuk has 881. So yeah, so we have 2 number ones. So absolutely, I'll pick our wide receiver.
What Deebo got, just as you're looking?
Deebo has let me go back
at his rushings too.
Let me see. Deebo. As a matter of fact, hey, what's Deebo government name? Tyshawn something. LB tweeted out. All right, so Deebo has 138 rushing yards with 3 touchdowns rushing, and receiving he has 474 yards with 1 touchdown.
So total 4 touchdowns and like 500 yards.
About 600.
That's lame.
So 600 yards, 5 touchdowns. Hey, Devonte Smith got 700 something, 5 touchdowns. So AJ Brown, 1,055 and 7 touchdowns. So
we get the edge.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. We get the edge. The tight end though, man, I think because of the injury to Goddard, he's coming back from a fractured arm. If he does play, I have to give it to a healthy Kittle.
But just do like this: who's a better tight end, do you think, Kittle's or Goddard?
Overall. I still think is Kittle right now
in that career.
Yeah, I still think I take Kittle right now slightly over Goddard. Slightly, but now, like next year, right? Because Goddard, to me, he can't stay healthy. Every year he's on IR or he gets hurt. Like last year, he was out for 4 or 5 games. Last year, we went 5-0. Right?
They cheat on him.
What?
Like, remember what happened last year? The face mask to the ground.
Yeah.
And what do you think happened? Forearm did a karate move on his arm to break it on purpose.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he did that on purpose, man. Like if you're a DB and you chasing a guy, how could you take him down? How could you tackle him? If you're a DB and this dude is giving you the Heisman, how you gonna tackle him? How?
But you don't freaking grab his arm and put your whole body weight on his arm.
How are you tackling? Okay, well, tackle me, BG. Tackle me. Hey, I'm running. Like, how you gonna tackle me? How else? Bro, like, come on, man. Hey, you play football, man. I expect better knowledge from you like that.
I ain't never seen nobody do that move to nobody ever.
The thing is this.
You know what? Derrick Henry stiff arming people all the time. You ain't never seen no one do that to Derrick Henry's arm.
Derrick Henry is he punished people. Look, he pushes people. He stiff on people don't grab his arm. He grabbed them and get out of here.
Goddard does that too, though.
Nah, look, all seriousness, I don't think he did that on purpose, because after you watch, like he like, and Goddard is running full speed. He's a big boy, man. Like, this DB was probably like 190 something pounds or maybe 200. Goddard is like 260, running, big dude, full speed. Like, you can't I don't know, man. I didn't see anything that was too dirty about it. I'll be the first one to say, hey, that was a dirty,
That's how you would have tackled him.
huh?
That's how you would have tackled him.
Well, I would have tried to get him to the ground. I mean, I'm not thinking. I'm not saying, oh my God, hey, man, he might get hurt. Let me assess the situation. The dude is running for a touchdown on me. He's running on me. He about to embarrass me. I'm going to tackle you and, whatever. So, but if he had did something like trying to break his finger, hey, he was like this, trying to break his finger. He was literally trying to like come here. Like he was like, come here. You know what I mean? So he was trying to pull him like this. So that's why I don't agree. Yeah, but see, look, and this is why the NFL is going to go to flag football pretty soon. Because now they're talking about that they are going to look at you can't tackle a player from behind because you might land on his knee, right? Who got hurt? Or Mark Andrews, right?
But they already have that rule, right?
No, like you can't tackle him like if he's running, it's going to be hard to tackle him from behind because his Achilles or his knee might get injured because of Mark Andrews. Remember when he got injured a couple weeks ago?
Rules in football, okay? We already got enough of them.
Yeah, we do got enough rules. And matter of fact, that's the same way that Tony Pollard got tackled, right? Against the 49ers in the playoffs and broke his leg. So, but that happened once, like maybe once. I don't know how often that happens because last year, I only seen it like one time, which was Pollard, and then this year, Mark Andrews, right? So I don't know how they expect people to tackle anymore. I don't know what's a catch, what's not a catch anymore. I don't know if it's not a fumble anymore. I don't know what I'm watching anymore. I just be hoping that it's good call. Like, it's not. It's a good call for us and back or against them. You know what I mean? I'm just like hoping and wait what these refs are going to call.
Okay, offensive line, our offensive line versus their defensive line.
Our offensive line versus their defensive line.
Well, I guess we're going better offensive line.
Okay, yeah. So better offensive line, I would take our offensive line. Absolutely.
Trent Williams, best tackle in football.
Okay, I don't even know who's on the other lines. Like who's the left guard, center, right guard? I don't know nobody. Trent Williams is the only person I know over there. I don't know nobody else on that line.
He's a GOAT.
Who?
I think Lane's better than him.
Lane better than who?
Trent.
I mean, they play different positions, so you got to compare left tackle.
They play the same position, just different sides.
Wait, Trent Williams is a left tackle.
Lane's a right tackle.
Okay. Well, they play different. I mean, your left foot go out, your right foot go out first. You know what I mean? But at the left tackle, Mariota versus Trent Williams, you got Trent Williams. Lane Johnson versus whoever their right tackle is, Lane Johnson. So we got 1-1, but our offensive line is definitely better.
Yeah, I agree with that. Defensive line.
A defensive line, right now, I have to give it a push.
I have to.
Yeah, I got to give it a push because adding Chase Young was...
So, wait. So, you're going... Because we're not really saying Reddick's on our defensive line, right? He's a linebacker still, right?
Yeah. So, he's...
Yeah.
But
Sweat, Davis, Carter. Who starts?
But
BG is a
but
starter.
we don't want a traditional 4-man defensive line, like you know what I mean. Like
you add Reddick. It goes to Sweat, Reddick.
Okay, all right. Let's put Sweat, Reddick. Carter and Davis. You know what I mean. I'm going to leave Cox out.
Yeah, I not play.
I'm going to leave Cox out versus Armstead, Bosa, Hargrave, and no, there's one more.
Chase.
Oh, yeah, Chase. See, I say, oh man, I want to say ours just slightly because Chase to me is not. Chase is not better than Reddick at all, or Sweat. So So I would not pick Chase over Reddick or Sweat.
What about this one? Bosa or
Reddick, Bosa, man. This year and last year, I'm going with my guy, Reddick.
Yes,
I'm going with Reddick, man, because Reddick don't take plays off. Reddick, he don't take plays off, right? He doesn't take plays off, and his sacks, his fumbles are key moments, game changers. Bosa just like Bosa could go a whole game, nobody say his name. Like nobody say his name. He's not getting to the quarterback. He's not affecting anything. But Reddick, you have to man. Look at Reddick. Oh my God, Reddick almost got it. Oh man, you know what I mean. So I'll pick.
What you got left? We just said Sweat's better than Chase. Reddick's better than Bosa.
Yeah, I give us the edge.
Hargrave's better than.
I think Hargrave is. I think right now, just pure off of experience.
The Armstead better than Carter. I would say it'd be the other way. It'd be
I take Carter.
Jordan Davis, Carter versus
Hargrave. Woo! Carter versus Hargrave. Man, no bias. I'm picking Carter, man. Like because one, he's faster, younger, and triple teams as a rookie, right? And he's still impacting the game. Like, man, you saw that one move he did against the Bills. Him and Jordan Davis together almost got a safety, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh man. And then Armstead versus
Jordan
Davis. I mean,
push.
Yeah, push. Look, I gave us the edge on the defensive line.
That means we get the edge, right?
Yes, I give us the edge.
Linebackers.
Who's our linebackers? I don't even know who our linebackers are, man. Hey, Greenlaw. Hey, Warner, Greenlaw, have it. Hey, get it. Get it. Hey, they got the linebacker one. Hey, I'm not going to fight. Y'all, look, man, I'm about to throw in the towel for the linebackers. I'm done. Yeah, they got it. Hey, Warner by himself.
You don't think Murrow is better than Warner?
BG. Hey, don't make me call the cops and have them drug test you, man. Hey, I will snitch on you right now if you say something like that again. Yo, I will snitch on you. Over there. Hey, you must be smoking that good over there. Man.
You got that in Bama.
Look, you could take you could take Greenlaw away, and Warner by himself is still better than our linebackers.
You think Greenlaw's better than Morrow?
Yes.
Both of them are better.
We got them off the streets. We got Cunningham and Morrow off the streets, man. Yo, we got street ballers. And they got all pros at linebacker. We got people we got off the streets on the corner say, hey, do y'all want to play linebacker for the Philadelphia Eagles? Like,
okay.
Score
that's the linebacker. They gotta win something, I guess. Let's go cornerbacks. Slay versus Ward.
Slay versus Ward. Oh man, this is tough, man. This year though, man. But this year, what is Ward still on the team? Who's their DBs? Wait, let me see something real quick.
Is it Ward? Who is it? No, it wasn't Ward, huh?
Oh yeah, they got Ward. Yeah, they got Chavarius Ward?
Chavarius Ward, yeah. Ward.
Ward. Yeah. And then you got Isaiah Oliver, Tayshawn Gibson, Ambry Thomas. Yeah. This one right here.
We got Slay, Bradbury.
Yeah, I take Slay. Yo, I take Slay, man. But man, he's frustrating me this season. Do you get frustrated watching Slay sometime this year?
He hasn't really gave up nothing, really.
Yeah, because guess what? The ball are getting overthrown. It's not him. Multiple games, man. I'm like, what the fuck? And Slay's like behind. I'm like, oh man, thank you, Jesus. That quarterback stinks. Yo, do you know
Bradbury been worrying me more than Slade.
You know who was covering Gabe Davis on that last play when they did the cover 0 on Sunday?
Bradbury.
I think it was Slay.
When he was. It was Slade.
It was Slay. Yo, if the ball gone, game over.
But to his defense, he had the right leverage.
Right leverage? He was behind the ball.
It made Gabe Davis go to the left, and Allen went to the right. That was a smart play by Slade.
Bro,
BIRDGANG.
Stop it, man. Yo, it's a hot route. Yo, it's a cover 0, and he guessed wrong. And if he guessed wrong. Stop it. But I'm just saying, Slade is a very smart corner. Yes, he is up there in age now. He's a little bit slower. Even he'll say it himself. But he's got, people got behind him a few times this year, and only because the ball was overthrown that he don't have at least 4 touchdowns on Slay. I'm telling you right now. I watched, at least 4. I count at least 4 times that the ball was.
but wasn't that zone?
No, it was a cover 0.
I remember watching something where it was like,
that last play was a cover 0. Everybody, mano a mano, send the house. So, and Gabe Davis went straight by him. Like, look, our corners this year, Bradbury, he been pissing me off this year. Slade been pissing me off. Like, it's like our whole secondary, the older guys, their play decline. Right? Blankenship is good. You know what I mean? Roby barely plays, but Blankenship, and now we got fired. And he's learning the system.
Last 2 games, Roby played good. I'm giving him that.
Who?
The last 2 games, Roby played good.
Yeah. And Blankenship, man, I love the fact that he's not going to go tackle.
He's Hufanga is out for the season, so you can't even make that comparison.
Is he?
Yeah, he's out. He's done.
So I'm taking our safeties, but the thing is, play calling matters, man. Continuity matters.
What about the cornerbacks?
Huh?
What about the cornerbacks? You only named Tavarius Ward, my guy. Talking about an All-Pro and Bradbury, a Pro Bowler and Slay.
So look, if we going off this year, I'm not picking Slay over Ward. I'm sorry.
What?
If we going off this season, man, I'm telling you, man, watching the games this year. Like, I haven't been doing a lot of play-by-play, so I'm able to focus on the game more. And it's just like this season, I'm a little disappointed this season in our DBs, man.
So you can give them the edge? That's basically what I'm getting to.
Or what?
You gonna give them the edge?
I might give one the edge. You gotta pick which one. I think that we got one. They got
the second guy.
I think they got one. We got one. That's why the second guy is, we got the edge on the second guy, and then they got one.
And then we got Roby and the nickel who's playing good. So we got the edge.
Look, the thing is this. They've been together for a few years now. And we just throw this secondary together this season. So we could have the better players, but the play calling make them look bad, right? Like, we could have the better, the DBs, but the play calling is making them look like ass this year. Like, none of them going to a Pro Bowl, even though, I tweeted out, all these Pro Bowls because I love my team. But I don't think Slade gonna make the Pro Bowl, and definitely not Bradbury. So yeah, I don't think so. If Slade makes the Pro Bowl, is off his name.
Popularity.
Yeah.
So secondary, and then who said they got their safety? They're all pro safeties out for the season. That Brown deal only plays
the safety position. I give us the safety edge.
So and overall secondary. We get it then.
Overall secondary, they got the linebackers. Man, they got one corner. We got a corner. So overall, Yeah, we got the edge.
Platform back. Let's get him in here in the last 10 minutes before we get out of here. Let's
Who?
see.
Bro, yo, only got like 10 minutes left. What's up?
What up, buddy?
What's happening?
Where you been? You came in and you left.
Man, I was driving. My apologies to everybody. I was literally driving. I tried to come in and it wasn't really working out that good. So I was like, let me just get off before I die and don't get to see the game.
Well, we're finishing up. We gotta make
how much of the the breakdown you heard of the, like the offensive line, the defenses, and stuff like that we was talking about?
It's a little choppy, but I wanted to make sure, and it could be my service, dog, but I wanted to make sure I got in. Said what's up to you. Hopefully you've been good.
Good, man.
Yeah, been good, man. Been good. Out in California now as opposed to Vegas where I was when we first met. So yeah, man, doing pretty good. And our squads are looking good. And we have a big matchup this weekend.
But hey, let me ask you a question, man. Hey, talk to me about the strength and weakness of your defense. The strength and weakness of your defense.
Okay, we can do that. So I would say we're susceptible to the run occasionally, up the middle. I think we can be had up the middle with the run on occasion. And then, the screen game is really what's hurting us right now, I think. No matter what the team is, the screen game is really good. And we used to be really good at defending the screen, but something happened, man. So we need to get back on track with that. I think we need to get the corners to play a little closer to the line of scrimmage as a team, just like on a base down situation. You know what I mean? When we have a chance to catch a screen coming to us, or on those long plays, those third and longs. But I think that's the biggest Achilles heel for us right now is the screen game.
Screen game running. All right, on the offensive side of the ball, what do you see you guys have the biggest advantages against us on the offensive side of the ball?
With the MVP, Brock Purdy. No, I'm just kidding. I just think that we have a lot of weapons, first of all, for any team to really deal with. There's so many weapons on our team that is, it's kind of a joke. It's not funny. But there's a couple of other teams in the league. You have the same thing, I think, with Swift, with your wide receiver core, with your tight end. It's, pretty much a good match with us. So I would say the biggest problem that you're going to have is stopping all the weapons should everything stay fair, stay even, stay healthy. So if everybody's playing man up, I think really any team in the league is going to have a problem matching up with our weapons. And if Brock plays like he's been playing, since he started, minus that one horrendous game in my life, I'll never forget that game, neither will my children. So, minus that one game, if he plays the way that he's been playing, I think that we have a good chance to do things.
How do you feel about the narratives from last year? Because this is the same kind of narrative we're going through with Brock Purdy again, going against the Eagles. He's this guy that just, came out. He's been winning these football games, he's been playing great, but then he played the Eagles and we took him out. How do you feel the narrative is spun this time around in this game?
Well, we 2-point favorites right now, right? So I think the narrative on Brock is slowly changing. And I'm gonna be honest, like one of my son's name is Trey, right? So I was driving the Trey train. And then of course, quite as it's kept, a lot of niggas wanted a black quarterback. A lot of black men wanted to have a black quarterback. I was like, damn, for real? My son's name and he's black. Obviously, it was like a match made in heaven for me personally. Mm-hmm. But Brock is a better quarterback than Trey Lance is today. Period. And I think that it's getting to a point where it's gonna be. What I said is if we do defeat you all, then I think people need to back up off my man a little bit, back up off G a little bit, because I did it and I was driving the Trey train because I said that he was limited, but he's not limited. He's not as limited as people wanted him to be, or as people have said that he is. So I think that the main thing is that He was drafted late. He looks the way he looks. And people don't want to give him the credit that maybe he deserves. We had James here. We had Trey here. We had Blaine Gabbert, and we had such and such. Nobody has ran this offense outside of Matt Ryan, I believe, the way that Brock Purdy is running the offense. So what more can you say?
So, hey, that's a good question right there, BG. Hey, put that one question up. So, do you believe your offensive line can hold up against the Eagles' defensive line?
Dog, that's the reason why he ended up in the ground in the first place. All right. So, because like yesterday in the game or the other day in the game when you were playing Buffalo, I think I was listening to it and they were like, I think Buffalo punted at some point in time or something. I can't even remember what the hell they did. But what the commentators were saying is that you have just as good of a chance of doing what you were going to do as you might have of getting sacked and getting a strip sack on the play because of the defensive line that you all have. So I think that's obviously one of the top, units on your team, and it's going to be a problem. We have the 29th ranked offensive line as far as pass protection. Whoa. That does not bode well for Sunday. Oh. So the same, I think that what we need to do though is what happens to our dude Nick. We need to be scheming for your offensive line, not just playing man up, not just a person coming up and chipping or catching a blitz or something like that. No, we need to chip all game long on Hassan. Who do you have on the other side?
Sweat.
One more time.
Josh Sweat.
Oh yeah. For him and Sweat and for Hassan, I think we need to be chipping. We need to maybe keep an extra man in every once in a while, maybe more juice in to block. But I think we are going to have problems with your line. I'm going to say, if you guys do not sack him, what I want to say, if you don't get to him like you did in the championship game, I think we beat you this Sunday. Try not to be biased as a Niner fan, just looking head up how we are playing and how you all have been playing over the last few weeks. I think if we keep him upright and we don't turn the ball over, that's obvious and things like that. But if we keep Brock upright, I think we can get this game. I'm almost positive we can get it.
I want to ask you another one. Who's stopping AJ and
Smitty? So look, I can't stand that motherfucker Devonte Smith, dog. I'm gonna have to tell you, bro. I'm just gonna tell you right now. I can't. My man is always open. He seems to be fast as hell, and he catches the deep ball very well. We know he got a call. I believe. Let me ask you this: we haven't talked since did you catch the ball inbound?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take that to my grave. He caught the ball.
All right. I don't think he caught the ball. But my point is that he get down the field though. He gets the opportunity quite often, right? So, and then of course AJ Brown is AJ Brown. I think he's personally better than DK. They came out together, if I'm not mistaken. They both went to the same school, right?
Mississippi, right?
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Was it Ole Miss?
Ole Miss, I believe so.
Yeah.
So I think he's better than DK, without question. Even though I think DK went higher, I think he's better, far better, and more consistent. So, did you get a chance to see number 7 though? Did you get a chance to see Travarius? Have you seen how Demo's playing? So I think that we can run it with y'all. I mean, I don't think we shut y'all down as a core, but I think that we can run with you. I think Travarius Ward and Diamador Lenore can play with the two of those two.
Okay, so I think you're right that we had to get to Brock Purdy, only because yes, our secondary can be had. Teams been cooking us all year. I'm not gonna lie. Mainly because the continuity is not there, and we lost some key defensive.
You lost some key players.
And then we had people hurt all season long. Besides the last 3 weeks, we've been having 8, 9, 10 different combinations in that secondary. But the biggest difference this year from last year is Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis up the middle. Last year we had Hargrave and Cox, but Carter, like who is going against Carter and who's going against Davis in the interior?
So I think that kid Jalen has played very well. I know we got your boy, but I think it's been really a trade-off for y'all. If I had to really to throw it up there, going by what he has as far as numbers and his impact with us, which has been excellent. Hargraves has played very well for us. But I think it's been a fair trade-off for y'all picking up Jalen Carter. And that's what I said. I mean, our offensive line has to play the game of the season, maybe the game of Kyle's tenure. Our offensive line has to play the game of his 7 years that he's been here to keep y'all off Brock's ass. And if we do, then I think that he'll be able to complete passes down the field. But if he's rushed, then we're going to get turnovers. He's going to get sacked. He's not the biggest dude, so he may get – you already injured him last season. So, I mean, there's already a precedent for it. So if he doesn't stay off his ass, I think we're going to be out on our ass. But I mean, with the coaching staff, I think they're ready for it. I think we scheme for it. Hopefully it works. But I know that they're not going to come in there blind and just let your defensive tackles and defensive ends run through our offensive line. I'm hoping that that's not the plan that we have.
Yeah. Look, hey, I agree.
The Hargrave been good. How is he holding up against the run? I know on our team he wasn't stopping the run very well.
I'll say fair. I'd say fair. He seems to be a much better pass rusher, in my opinion, than he is a run stopper at DT. Even, you know what I'm saying? He seems to be a pretty polished pass rusher. But as far as stopping a run, I don't think that our line is doing that with consistency and well enough, really, in any game, unless we get up. If we get up on teams, like any game in any team, then the team's not running. So that's a different situation. You know what I mean? Or they're calling different types of run plays. But as a rule, I don't think we're still playing the run the way we played it last year. Definitely not the way we played it in 2019.
Okay, so what is going on with Deebo, man? What is going on with Deebo this year? I mean, he's having a down year. 1 receiving touchdown, 3 rushing touchdowns, like 470-something yards receiving. Aiyuk, it seems like that he's the #1 wide receiver over there, or am I tripping?
You're not tripping. 49ers fans, the faithful, believe Aiyuk, the real ones, the ones that use their brain and shit, think with their brain and not their heart. We all know that Aiyuk is the #1 on our team. He's just not the #1 paid wide receiver on our team yet. And I'm not 100% positive that he will be. But as of today, Brandon Aiyuk is the best wide receiver on our team. I believe he's one of the top. I give him top 7 in the league right now. It's just as a wide receiver, and he blocks like a son of a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So what else can we ask of him? He has speed. He's not really tall, but he has considerable length.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So thank you, Miss T. I appreciate you. Salute. Yes. Yeah, I'm trying. You know what I mean? We try to keep it fair on the platform. We keep it fair all the time. I hate every other team, all 31 other teams. I hate you, but still, we respectful. We keep it respectful.
Yeah,
So, I just think that first of all, Christian is blessing us. Okay, Christian blesses us every Sunday, damn near. So I think he's just not as needed, to be quite honest with you. But then you have a game we have the last game where he had all those catches. Yeah, I can't remember what the yards were, but he had all those catches. But then we get BA into the end zone. So we have a lot of weapons. Especially once Christian came, I think the last season that we had where somebody's just going to blow up outside of Christian was Deebo's contract year. Mm-hmm. Because now it's just you can spread the ball around too much, and Kyle ain't spreading the ball around with Billy Hoyle, with the white man that can jump. You know what I'm saying? He's not spreading the ball around. He's getting the ball to him any kind of way that he can. And then everybody else gets the scraps. So I think that's primarily what's happened with Deebo this season.
So question for you real quick. So if you guys go down by 10 or 14 points, do you believe that Brock Purdy could throw y'all back into the game?
All right, I'll say that. Only if and when, or it depends upon when that took place. If we get down by 14 in the first or some shit like that, or maybe early in the second, I could see it happening. I could see us coming back. But what will have to happen at that point is the defense will have to play lights out the rest of the way. We couldn't give up anymore. We couldn't keep trading or trade for another quarter and stuff like that. No, we can't do that. because your offense really is too good. Like what Jalen did the other night, salute and respect it. I thought y'all were going to lose that game. But the motherfucker marched right down the field and scored a touchdown in overtime. So salute to that sincerely. So what Jalen can do, no. If it's not early, it's like some third quarter stuff or some fourth quarter stuff. Nah, I think we're in trouble. If it's early, I think he does have the capability to do so, but we would have to play a perfect game basically from that point on.
So I think the difference is between the Eagles and the 49ers. If the Eagles can't run the ball, Hurts could throw to a victory. If we can't throw the ball, we could run to a victory. So if we take a good question by D James right here. So if we take C-Mac out of the game, if we stop your running game, how much faith do you have in Brock Purdy beating us with his arm?
But see,
okay, so he says
part of his passing game.
He says that we're done. I don't believe we're done if you take CMC out, because I do think that the man can play. The man can get the ball down the field. Now, like I said, it really just depends upon how the game is going. You know what I'm saying? If y'all are just dominating us, and then it's gonna run through the whole offense. If we can't run the ball, but we're still completing passes, that just means that we don't have play action. That's all that really means. But that doesn't necessarily mean that Kyle doesn't have other things whipped up. You can scheme, get Brock out. There's still things that you can do to give him time to complete passes down the field. So if you stop the run, it's going to make it very difficult for us. But like my man is saying, Mr. James here, that's who has taken CMC out, really, how many times since he's been with us? Who's taking him out? You did technically, but you took our quarterback out. So that kind of stopped everything. Who's taking him out?
I mean, this year the Eagles are better.
Because if you don't have time to give him the ball, or, with Jordan Davis and Carter in the middle, he's not running inside. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I think he can be. Like, my biggest fear with you guys right now is if, let's say, Aiyuk goes off on Slay or something like that. That'd be something that, like we were just talking earlier about how Slay has missed a step. Him and Bradbury both, has dropped a step. So, the CMC today, I feel, can be more contained with the pressure our defensive line is going to give, because you're really going to need a running back to help pick up some of these pressures. I know you guys like to use them, but that's the reason why you got hurt last year, because you guys try to just use your offensive line by themselves. The pressure was just too heavy.
Man, I still have nightmares about that call, about putting the tight end on the edge that wasn't named George Kittle. If you're going to do that, then do it right. But if you I'm hoping that we get a couple of runs on y'all early in the game, couple of 8-yarders, couple of 12-yarders, 6-yarders, shit like that. And then it kind of slows down the defensive line at the start of the game. And then we can try to continue the rest of the way. But if you just can, get pressure on us nonstop, Kyle's going to abandon the run. You're going to have to, because then you have, run blitzes. Then you have constant penetration, where even if they are coming for the quarterback, somebody's going to get to that running back if they're just constantly penetrating the line. So I think it really does definitely come down to our run game, or maybe the run games of both teams for this game. If whichever team can run the ball best and doesn't turn the ball over, I think wins the game. Now, that kind of sounds cliche, but I think it really holds true for us. Whichever team.
It's December.
Yeah, whichever one of us can run the ball better and don't turn it over, it's a wrap for the other team, because both of our teams are too good and too well coached, I believe. So, we're going to the championship against each other. I don't think anything else other than that. No matter who's at home or whatever the case is, I believe we will see each other again in January, period. I think we're the two best teams in the NFC, without question. I won't even bring up that Texas team. So,
hey, what's going on with Bosa, and what is how big of an impact has Chase Young been to y'all team?
Tremendous. As everybody on my team apparently says in the press conferences after every game or after practice, huge. That's a Niner word apparently. Like every motherfucker, it's huge, it's huge, it's huge. Well, getting Chase Young has been huge. We have, as maybe you've seen, I think it's 15 sacks in those 3 games since he's been back. I think we had 9 in the 3 games, or not even that many in the 3 games prior to that. So I think he's just brought. I think he's affected the entire team. So now when Deebo and Trent come out with the boombox, there's a third person in the circle now. He's in the circle with Deebo and Trent when they come out because he's live. He's different than Nick. I think they fit each other well. Nick is quiet and reserved, and he's more live. So we got 2 different sides coming at you on the edges, and they've been meeting at quarterbacks. So it's been nothing but a blessing for the team, to be honest with you. It's been nothing but good since he's got here.
I feel like it's a rejuvenation when you're on a shitty team and then you go to a winning team, your game steps up a little bit more.
Look, man, so with Christian last year, I joked with my 2 sons. We have a running joke about how happy Christian is now. And I said the same thing about Chase Young. I was like, I can't imagine how happy he is to be out of Washington and to be on a team that's 8-3. To look in the locker room and see future Hall of Famers, more than likely, just tons of Hall of Famers and all pros in the locker room. So, I mean, and I think that, like you said, that rejuvenates you as an individual because you don't like going to your fucked up job. I don't, or nobody likes going to some messed up job that they don't like every day. That breaks them down. That no matter how much you're getting paid, you feel like you're not getting paid enough to deal with what's going on at your job. And I'm almost positive that's what he felt the second he stepped in the building. You know what I mean? So coming to Santa Clara, much happier, rejuvenated, and he showed it on the field.
Okay. Let's go with 3 hot takes. Give me 3 hot takes for this game. If the Niners were to win the game, what are the 3 hot takes you think will have to happen for that to happen?
The 3 things that happen if we win this game?
Mm-hmm.
That was a question?
Yes. Yeah, 3 hot takes.
Yeah. Christian has a good game.
How good? How good?
No, he don't need a great game to beat y'all. He don't need a great game. So we have everybody else, in my opinion. We have all them other players. If Christian gets 90 yards rushing, it's a wrap. If Christian gets 90 yards rushing, it's a wrap because he broke a long run or he ran on you all game. He didn't even got to cross 100. I believe that. If he can get up to 90-something yards rushing on you, then I think that we had a great game. That means that he had a lot of run plays or he broke one. So I think Christian needs to have a good to great game. Brock Purdy needs to have a fairly clean uniform. That's all I'll say. Brock Purdy has a fairly clean uniform. And the defense has to play to their capability. I'll just say that. The defense has to play to their capability, not shut y'all down or 4 turnovers, 5 sacks, none of that shit. The defense just has to play well. If our defense plays like they can play, Brock stays clean, and Christian has a pretty decent game, I think we got a chance to win the game.
Have you watched our last 3 football games?
Yeah, say again?
I said, have you watched our last 3 football teams? You making it seem like y'all basically just got to come out there and play and not fuck up, basically. And y'all win.
My fault, dog. It's breaking up a little bit.
I said, you're basically saying y'all just got to show up, you know?
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
And y'all win.
Hey, that's exactly what you're saying, man. That's exactly what you're saying.
You know,
he's talking about, hey, he got a good game. He got to stay clean. You know, our defense got to play. Man, get out of here, man.
No, let me tell you something. We're coming, Bird Gang. We're showing up. The team is coming. I'm not, but the faithful are coming. We're coming. We're showing up, but we have to play well too. You are the best. You are the best team. Well, I'm the best team in football, but you have the best team in football.
Get it right. We the best team in football. Get it right.
You got the best record. You have the best record in football, and I'm the best team in football, and we're about to meet, right? So I don't disrespect Philadelphia at all, other than the normal disrespect that I have for every other of the 31 teams in the league, as just on GP. But if there's going to be somebody getting respect, it's Philly. They ripped us to shreds 10 months ago, and basically in every possible way. Y'all destroyed us, broke our team down, had niggas crying after the game, talking too much, shit that they shouldn't be doing. So
Right.
y'all handed it to us. You are the representative for our conference, the last representative in the Super Bowl. You deserve all the respect and you have a 10-1 record. So you deserve all the respect in the world until we take you to 10-2.
All right. So what's your score then? Who's winning and what is your score?
It's really, well, I believe we're winning the game.
Okay.
But as far as the score, it's always so difficult. You get disrespectful when you put scores in, either to your own team or to the other team. Because like I want to say like a 24 or 27 to 21, but then I want to say, damn, do I want to say that y'all gonna score 3 touchdowns on us? Do I want to say that we're gonna score on you 5 times in the game in your house? You know, so I'll go 2017 Niners.
2017. Wow, that's
a respectable score. I like that.
Yeah.
What's your hot take, JC?
My hot take is this. Hey, Brock Purdy will be sacked 5 times. Yo, we coming.
Negative.
Hey, just like
Negative.
y'all coming. Hey, Reddick. Hey, have you seen Reddick? He was like, look, hey, all this boo-hooing and all this crap, lace him up. Enough talk. So he's coming. Reddick is coming.
Salute. Yeah, the game is in 5.1 days and shit. You dig what I'm, or 4.9 days is a shit. You know what I'm saying? It's almost there. It's coming. Yeah. It's Wednesday in the morning. It's Wednesday in the morning. It'll be 4 days away. I don't want to hear any more talk from Deebo, from Hassan talking about lace him up, get on the field. I was, oh shit. I put it on Twitter yesterday. I was like, I seen that like on Instagram. And I was like, damn, no, he didn't say that. My son sent me that. And I was like, he didn't say that because he would have said that Sunday Night Football, fresh off the Bills' ass. He wouldn't even be talking about the Niners. I said, nah, son, he didn't say that. He was like, no, Dad, it's real. He sent me this shit. Then another guy sent me the audio, and then I really heard him.
Yeah, exactly.
My God. All right.
This is a heated rivalry already, right? But I feel like that with Carter and Davis, yes, y'all going to be focused on Reddick and Sweat, but that interior is ferocious. It's real. And that's why we were the #1 run-stopping defense until I think we might or the Lions might be. So we was right there the whole season, you know, as the #1 defense. Nobody rushing over 60 yards on us, blah, blah, blah. So that's because of the rotation we had within the interior with Fletcher Cox, with Carter, with Minton Williams, you know what I mean, with Jordan Davis, with them boys. So, but I feel like that Brock Purdy, he's not no Josh Allen. He's not, because Josh Allen, we was getting to Josh Allen, but he was escaping the pocket. And he had Diggs, and he had Gabe Davis, and he had Knox. You know, I mean, he had weapons. It wasn't like, man, he was throwing to the Giants wide receivers, right? You know, the Bills had some weapons, right? And Josh Allen extended those plays because we was getting to him so fast. So I feel like that Brock Purdy, he is a on-time quarterback. And if he got to extend the play a little bit, it's going to be like second guess or whatever it is. So that's why I said, like, I feel like that we're going to get to him because he's not going to want to make a big mistake by throwing the ball into a bad area. So that's why I said 5 sacks. We got 5 sacks on Dak Prescott. You know what I mean? So, and their offensive line is good. You know what I mean? So
right, it is.
So I feel like
mine is not. My line is not. So I'm hoping for scheme, man. I'm hoping for scheme. I'm hoping for turnovers. What I don't want is just drop back and wait for and try to block your D line all day long. That I don't want for this game.
Yeah. So that's one of my hot take. My second hot take is that the Philadelphia Eagles is going to run for over 200 yards. We're going to control the clock. We're going to control the clock. We're going to run.
Fiction can be fun. Fiction can be fun.
And it'll be right up the gut because Hargrave sucks at stopping the run.
What year is this? 1989? When have you seen the 49ers allow 200 yards rushing?
Look, man. Hey, look, this is hot takes, man. Hot takes. I'm going hot.
You're right. My fault.
I'm going hot. I'm not, 5 sacks over 200 yards.
My fault, dog. My fault. You're straight. You're right. My fault.
And
I apologize.
And my last hot take is my last hot take is Bradbury is going to have a pick 6 to the house.
Woo!
Bradbury. Deebo called him trash. This was going to happen. He about to see and show him how trash he is. Pick 6 to the house.
Hey, so who does? Yeah, I know who's going to be covering. Which one of my receivers he covers, or does he float or what? He can cover the second. He gonna cover Deebo or Brandon?
I don't know, man, because Bradbury don't travel and Slay don't travel.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's just, it depends. And in the slot is Roby. It is in the slot. He's been playing pretty well the past couple of games. So I feel like that Bradbury is gonna be on Deebo, and then Aiyuk is gonna be on Slay, which is a scary thing for me. I think if Aiyuk is on Slay, because Slay has lost a step. I'm not gonna lie, he has lost a step. So we're gonna have to give him safety help over the top.
I see that too. I see Slay on Deebo and Bradbury on Aiyuk. Yep.
Yeah. So and then with Byard being there now, you know what I mean? Kittle, hey, he's very good in playing tight ends. Byard, you saw how he blanket Kelsey. Like, he's a very smart all-pro safety that we picked up a few weeks ago. So, so I think that, this is going to come down to Brock Purdy trying to fit these throws into some tight holes or trying to extend some plays. And that's how teams are able to throw on us, by extending the plays, and then all of a sudden the middle. We remember I'm saying that the middle is going to be important because Kittle is going to stay right in that middle and feast unless Byard take him away.
I don't know exactly what y'all's O is, but y'all know the crosses are coming. The middle, the slants, the passes to the middle of the field, and the crossers are coming. So if the corners are trailing, it's night-night.
What did you say your score position was, JC?
24-21.
Okay.
Yeah, my hot take is.
You thought my hot take was crazy. Listen to this.
AJ Brown's about to go for $160 and get back on track to what AJ Brown does. Because I don't care about no war, dude. He's not shutting down AJ this game. And Jalen and AJ about to tear him up. You know what I'm saying? He might have been playing good all year, but I don't buy it. You know, I know AJ's not that guy who just keeps shutting out. It's really, he hasn't been shut out. He's been just letting the Smitty get his game in. And now Smitty had a couple of games. It's time to go back to AJ. AJ's gonna have $163 touchdowns on that Warriors head. My second hot take. The defense will cause 4+ turnovers. That's fumbles, that's interceptions, that's just getting to the quarterback, laying the smack down on their candy asses like we did last year. Because I think it's the same setup from last year to this year. And I know you guys play good against all these other teams, but I'm tired of the hype. You guys your players been talking smack all off season long, and our defense is ready for it, and they're gonna be ready for it again. And I'm not gonna say we're gonna hurt Purdy this time, but this time he will feel all those sacks. He probably wish he was hurt, you know, because last year he'd have to feel all the sacks we brought to y'all because he was hurt out there so early in the game. But this year he will feel all of them, and he will turn over that football, and we get 4 turnovers. And finally, Jalen Hurts will have a total of 5 touchdowns again. 2 rushing, 3 passing, like we did against the Bills. Running it back one more time because Hurts is him, and he is Hurts. So those are my 3 hot takes. The game?
I appreciate them.
The score of the game will be 31-17 Birds. Okay?
It's like,
give some respect for our name. I don't even like the fact that we are underdogs at home when we got a 10-1 record.
I know you don't.
That's disrespectful. And it's time to put some respect on our goddamn name and blow y'all out. See, a lot of things don't work well against you guys this game. It's the disrespect that keeps coming towards us when you're playing us. You know, that's very bad for y'all. Not for us. That's bad for y'all. Because now we heated. Like, we 10-1, 2 games above anybody else in the whole NFL. And they going to put us as underdogs. 3-point underdogs, too.
At home.
I think you get 2 for being at home, right? At home. That's disrespectful as hell, for one.
Babies don't miss.
The weather. California boys coming over here. Now, when y'all beat us, it's usually earlier in the season when we play in San Fran. But late in the year in Philly, cold weather, I think that's going to play a huge point in this game for y'all.
I don't think it's going to make a bit of difference. Look, the league has seen us go into everybody's house that's cold and play up. Win or not, the elements, unless it's raining, which we can't, and we're in Santa Clara, unless it's raining.
It is raining. It's going to be raining here.
Is it going to be raining?
Yes.
Yeah.
If it's raining, it could be ugly. But if it's cold or snowing, I think we come in there and beat you because we're just going to run the ball and stop. And our defense travels everywhere.
But we have like the best run stopping.
Defensive run game travel.
But our defensive run game, our defensive run stopping, you know, Jordan Davis don't let nobody run in that football on us.
It's going to be. It's going to be a heavyweight fight for real. I think it's going to be a game where the players are sore afterwards. Yeah. It's going to be hard hits for real because despite any, personal or animosity and all that shit that's building up between the teams or the fan bases or whatever the case is, the players, AJ Brown, and Deebo are like best friends apparently or some shit like that. So, but, some people obviously aren't. No matter about all of that, we are the two top teams in the conference. And the winner of this game, we're the favorite with 2 games more lost than y'all. We're the favorite. Y'all are 10-1. Y'all were in the Super Bowl last year. The winner of this game is automatically going to be the favorite in the league, in the NFC, to go to the Super Bowl and maybe to win because the AFC is down, because the Chiefs are down. So the winner of this game is going to be crowned, I think, by the media, by fans, by the league, all that bullshit. So this is going to be the game of the year. And like I said, and my kids been saying it since getting one. My oldest son been saying it since before the season, since the shit came out, the schedule came out. He said, "We win that game in Philly, we go to the Super Bowl. If we, then that's going to be our hardest game of the year. And despite our 3 losses, I still believe that your game this weekend with you and us is our toughest game of the season."
Do you know that the Philadelphia Eagles have played 3 games of the year? Like, we played a game of the year against Dallas. We played a game of the year against Kansas City. We played a game of the year against Buffalo last week. And now this is about to be the game of the year. But the difference is this. Being 3-point underdog at home, no other team feed off the underdog mentality than the Philadelphia Eagles. So that's like, it wasn't pissed off already, but just being underdog and being 10-1 and you are underdog at home, yes, y'all good, but that extra motivation might be just enough to push us over the top.
No. I definitely think. Let me ask you two something. Do you? I think it's motivation for sure for the team. I was really taken aback, to be honest with you, when I saw it. I was like, how? Really? If maybe we were 9-2 or something, or obviously the same record as you, 10-1, like, but with 3 losses with the teams that we lost to, I was like, how? But do you feel just disrespect for the Eagles, for Philadelphia, and not just with that? I mean, as a whole, because of you got the chip that Nick won, but I feel like your team, like even back when we were younger, like in the 90s, I feel like the team didn't get enough credit sometimes for how well they were playing. I mean, just like league wide, and there you go with us coming in as the favorites right now. So you feel any level of disrespect, or does it not matter?
I think Howie does it on purpose. I think Howie pays these people to disrespect us because he knows our team plays better from the underdog role. Whenever we, like I was saying, if we were to get the respect that we deserve right now, you would have a better shot of beating us. You know what I'm saying? Like, have a better shot. Because we always get the disrespect, and that's what really drives and fuels us. You know, even like our quarterback, Jalen Hurts, man, like he's been getting disrespected still. You know, no matter what he does, he can go have.
He gets a lot of disrespect.
Yeah, and no matter what he does, it's disrespect coming from his side too. So just continuing the disrespect is kind of what drives the Eagles. Even last year, we had like 70 sacks. You know, and we were still getting disrespected all throughout the playoffs, and that's what pushed us to get to that Super Bowl. You know.
Yeah, I'm about to say the same thing. I'm about to say, it started last year, right? It started last year. We were the number 1 seed. But then it was, oh man, y'all had the easy schedule. Oh, y'all played the Giants in the playoffs, and then y'all played the 49ers without Brock Purdy. And then boom, when y'all played a real team in the Super Bowl, y'all lost, but Jalen Hurts balled out. And now that chip carried on to this year, right? We lost our OC, we lost our DC, we lost 8 players on that team, 6 on the defense, 2 on the offense. You know what I mean? And then to be 10-1 and still the way we've been winning is not pretty, right? You know, we barely win. We barely scraping by, and the 49ers are beating teams like crazy. And now to come to this point, that is the that snowball effect to end up right here on Sunday.
You see that thing about that barely winning thing? It's like everybody expected these teams to beat us. You know?
Yeah.
Because we went to this year and they're like, oh, this Gollins is going to have the Eagles team. Their season derailed. It's going to be a wrap. You know, these guys are going to come in and beat us. And who cares that we are barely winning? This is football. This is NFL. We are winning these games. You know, and like the fraction, even look at the last 2 games, we were down at 10 at halftime against the Chiefs and the Bills. You know, Allen playing the game of his life. You know, Patrick Mahomes having a good game. And we still came back. We found a way to win the football game. That's really what it matters. Like, who has the will to win all the way down? You know, sometimes it's not even to the 4th quarter before we start putting on the show. But we always seem to put that show on and get that W. So, yeah, it's going to be a hell of a game, man. It's going to be a hell of a game. Hey, Platform, go ahead and let everybody know where they can find you at, my guy. We're going to wrap it up. We had 2 hours there. Salute to all y'all still watching with us.
For sure.
2 hours tomorrow.
Again, I know it's late there, too, but I get it. So I thank y'all for the seat, man, and for the invitation, sincerely. I'm going to be live during the game. I'm going to live stream, watch along during the game. So I know y'all might be doing the same. So I'm going to see if I can try to maybe hop in your live somehow, at least get in the comments. Maybe y'all can stop through, get your phone in your computer, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So you get the multi-access. So I'm going to try to do the same. I'll see y'all on Sunday. I'll see y'all on Twitter. And I hate your coach, and we're going to beat you.
All right, JC. Any final word, my brother?
Yes, sir. No, man. Hey, look, it's going to be a hell of a game, man. I really think there's only 3 good teams. Well, the top 3 teams in NFC, Eagles, 49ers, and Dallas, right? But we about to see what Dallas is about, right? They're about to play Seattle, Eagles, Bills, Dolphins, Lions. So all those teams are teams that will be in the playoffs or pushing to make the playoffs in the Bills. So we about to see, you know, we are better tested. I could say that for a fact that the Philadelphia Eagles have been better tested. 5 wins against teams above 500. So, but we know, you know, what we're about. But at the end of the day, it's going to come execution, coaching, and mental errors, man. No no holding penalties, just jumping off sides. Yeah. You know, I mean, just stupid penalties and coaching. What coach could do in-game adjustments? Because this game, if you try to wait to the second half to make adjustments, one way or the other, a team might be getting blown out. So you got to make in-game adjustments. You know, so they're not with the second half. So, but it's going to be a hell of a game.
It's going to be a hell of a game, man. And you're 100% right. This is not a game where I think a team can, okay, we're going to go into half and we're going to make a bunch of adjustments and they're down 10 at that point or 13 because either one of us is going to come out, I think, and it's just going to get added on. I don't think this is going to be a comeback game. I think either one of us does blow the other person out or it's a battle right to the end. But I don't think anybody can come back. That's what I'm not looking for, a comeback on the other team from either one of us.
Well,
because if one of us gets up, we play too well, and our coaching is too good. We play too well. Our players are too well. I don't think it's going to happen.
Like this guy said, rain, sleet, or snow. The Eagles will go, baby. And I only got to say one thing. As long as Jalen freaking Hurts is playing football on that football field, we ain't got no worries. We ain't got no worries. I'm telling you, I don't care how we win. Jalen Hurts, 7 out of 29 games. As long as he plays, I say we got a chance to win. I'm not going to say it's going to be the prettiest thing. I'm not going to say it's going to be great, but we will win this football game. So like I always say at the end of my videos, fly, Eagles, fly.
Birds.
Look to you. We out.
Don't fly too close to the sun, man. You're going to get burned.
Never.
What is going on, everybody, man? And welcome to the very, 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 very